Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to be diving into something pretty interesting. There's a YouTuber that is, currently in Germany right now, and I've been kind of watching her videos closely, kind of seeing like what the vibe is like in Germany and stuff like that. I kind of want to see a bunch of different perspectives on people's perspective on Germany, that aren't really from Germany. Her name's Zoe Marie. Basically, this video is titled "Why I'm Not Moving Back to the US After Living in Germany for 4 years," and I want to see if there's something that maybe I haven't like really keyed in on before and things of that nature. For those who are new to the channel, welcome. If you guys are returning viewers, welcome back. We post videos every single day, and a lot of it is pertaining to Europe. My biggest audience on my channel is from Europe, so mainly Germany, Serbia, Balkan region in general. That's pretty much what we got going on here. So if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe, and let's go ahead and dive nose deep into this video and see exactly what's going on. I'm gonna have a lot of questions as well, so if you guys have answers, please let me know in the comments down below, and if you have any other videos you'd like me to check out, let me know in the comments down below. But let's not waste any time. Let's go. Los geht's.
Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Zoe Marie, and Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Zoe Marie, and I film videos here on YouTube in the category lifestyle, travel, and fashion. Today's video is going to be 7 reasons why I'm not moving back to the United States.
There's a lot of reasons why everybody wants to move out of the United States. I just want to see if and I want to see how much better Germany is than America in her eyes from physically living there. I've never been to Germany ever. That makes this channel mad unique. I've never actually been over there before, so gonna be super crazy, guys, with that.
The sponsor of today's video.
Oh, okay, sponsor. Let's go skip that. Bang, 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 bang. Probably Skillshare. Let's skip up over here.
As well as like this video if you like this type of content from me. It definitely helps me out and just shows that you support my channel. So let's just jump right into this with number 1. So I've been getting a lot of comments from some of my subscribers asking when I'm gonna go back to the States, or if I'm gonna go back to the States, and that's basically the reason why I'm making this video, because from my perspective at this moment in time, I do not see myself ever moving back to the United States. I've gotten a taste of something different, and this is not to say that the United States is just something totally bad. It's just my perspective and the reasons why I really love Germany and want to stay in Germany or in Europe.
Now, this is notable. I've said this before. I have not heard a single bad thing from any expat going to Germany. That's a good thing. Like, and not even just expats. I have friends in the military. I have, I'm in the military myself, but I have friends that aren't in the military. Every single person who has ever crossed Germany has said nothing but incredible things about that country. I've never heard a single bad thing. The only thing I heard that was like meh was somebody got into a fight over there, but they initiated the fight. So it wasn't even the Germany. It was my friend that literally like started the shit. So there is not a single bad thing I've heard about Germany at all. So this is pretty interesting, and I can probably list a few things that would in Germany already that might be better than the US, because we have a huge problem with a few things over here, more than a few things over here, of course, but I mean, you guys see it on the news all the time. But what do you think, in your opinion, from an outside perspective looking in, what are like the 3 biggest problems America has? Let me know in the comments down below, and we'll talk about it in another video.
Number 1 is safety. I find the safety here in Germany completely different, obviously, than New York and New York City.
Oh, New York City is whoo, trenches, you know what I'm saying? And same with Chicago. Woo! Now it depends on what part of New York City, but in general, it's America, guys. What do you expect?
But I actually feel as a woman quite safe in general here in Germany. I don't feel like I have to clutch my bag, clutch my pearls every time I'm walking down the street. I generally do feel very, very safe in the streets.
That's cool.
Obviously, maybe there might be some stairs. More specifically, if I'm walking at night, obviously you need to keep yourself on guard. I'm not saying drop your guard when you're here in Germany, but I generally do feel safe. I always felt in the United States, especially in New York, because that's where I'm from, that you just have to keep your bag close to your chest. You just have to really look out. It could be...
Yeah, that's a notable thing for cities in general, I feel like. But specifically Chicago, New York. I grew up in Chicago, and I know the vibes. I didn't have a purse or nothing, but people were getting robbed, jumped, poked up, a whole bunch of stuff for really dumb stuff. Honestly, for no reason. People were just getting their stuff stolen and a bunch of different things for absolutely no reason at all. So it's unfortunate, but I've also heard that the culture, the thieving culture in other countries is not as intense. You know, I mean, there's also 300+ million people here in the United States, but still no excuse for robbing people, bruh. But in general, man, like America has turned into a war zone, quite literally. But like I said, especially when it comes to there being a lot of people in close proximity, because more people, more problems. You know, they say more money, more problems, more people, more problems. You know what I mean? So yeah, I get where she's coming from. I just want to feel and like experience the vibe of Germany when I finally get there. It's been, guys, I've been talking about going to Germany for 2 years now. When is it gonna happen? I know that y'all been asking the same question. When is it gonna happen, man?
Different for other US states, but for New York, especially if I go into the city or if I'm just in a little rural area of New York, I just feel like I have to, you know, watch out. And of course, this is not to say that crime and crazy stuff does not happen in Germany. It's just not so big as it is in the States, as it is in New York. Number two, it's actually quite easy to go back to New York from Germany. Normally I would have a layover, for example, in either Paris or Amsterdam for maybe an hour, and then it's just a 7 hour 20 flight back to New York. So it's not like across the world. It's not like New York is so far from me that I don't get to see my parents, and I am quite blessed that I am able to go back to New York at least twice a year to visit family. So it doesn't feel like I'm completely ostracized here in Germany.
Wait a minute, it's 7 hours from where she is too? That's wait. Did she just say that? I think I like glazed over that. She said 7 hours because it's 7 hours to fly to Germany from here too. Hold on.
See my parents, and it's not like New York is so far from New York, so it's not like Amsterdam for maybe an hour, and then it's just a 7 hour 20.
What? Bro, that's the same distance that it takes to fly from here to Germany. That's tough. Like, I'm in Florida, so I mean it's all on the East Coast, so I guess it makes sense, right? Like the time wouldn't be very different, but that's cool.
Flight back to New York, so it's not like across the world. It's not like New York is so far from me that I don't get to see my parents, and I am quite blessed that I am able to go back to New York at least twice a year to visit family. So it doesn't feel like I'm completely ostracized here in Germany. On top of that, I do FaceTime with my family every day, so this deep homesickness doesn't really take me over. It's obviously there, but it doesn't overwhelm me because I do get the chance to visit my family often. Number 3, Germany is very, very family friendly.
I heard that. Yes, I did. I definitely did. I heard that it's incredibly family friendly. I also heard that, contrary to popular belief, right? Like I've watched a lot of, you guys have seen, if you guys have, from my returning viewers and stuff like that have followed the channel for a long time, you guys have seen all the videos I've reacted to, the videos where a lot of people are like, oh, well, Germans are cold and, you know, they might not be as friendly and blah, blah, blah. I beg to differ. I honestly beg to differ. After my experience with at least the people that I've interacted with from Germany, and maybe it's just because I'm a creator and stuff, and like, you know, people from Germany respond differently to that. I don't know. I've had nothing but good interactions. You know, not to say that there's going to be some bad interactions, because obviously we're all people at the end of the day, right? There's going to be people you get along with, people you don't get along with, but in general, I feel like there's a higher percentage of people from Germany that are a lot friendlier than America. Like America, there's a lot of fake friendliness, and everybody's kind of out for themselves. Yes, people will help you in, you know, certain areas and stuff like that, but for the most part, people are fake as hell out here, and they don't have your best interests at heart. They do not. That's one of the biggest things. Like I said, depends on the environment. It honestly depends on the environment, but for the most part, man, I feel like there's a higher percentage of just nicer people in Germany. And of course, like I'll let her explain because I've never been in Germany before. But like I said, from me interacting with people in Discord and reacting to literally thousands of videos, that's the vibe I'm getting. Now, if I'm wrong, you guys can let me know in the comments down below. From people who are watching this video that are from the U.S. that have traveled to Germany, would you agree that there are a higher percentage of people that are friendlier, and probably objectively more helpful in Germany than the U.S., and vice versa? The people that are from Germany that have traveled to the U.S. before, would you say there's a higher percentage of nice people in Germany versus the U.S.? I'm just very curious, and if you guys could let me know about that, let me know in the comments down below, because I think that'd open up a pretty interesting conversation.
I mean, I've never been anywhere where it's just like so family oriented. I've never seen this before, and for me it kind of warms my heart, because I do want to start a family, and I would love to start a family in Germany. And the fact that things are just so, you know, child friendly. There's like little grandmas looking out the windows, watching the kids walk home, making sure, you know, everybody's getting to where they need to get to. I don't know, I just feel like to have a family here in Germany, it would be really safe. For example, if I were to have a family in the States, I personally feel like I would never let my child walk home.
Yes, that's one of the most common things ever, because it's dangerous out here, guys. It is dangerous out here. People get snatched up all the time. I remember there was this one time in third grade, there was a whole period of time, and I think it ranged from like the beginning of August through the end of October, where there would be like white vans that would pull up to these elementary schools and steal kids. They would literally snatch up kids after school and just disappear. There were a lot of people. This was back in 2003. A lot of people went missing. Bro. So yeah, it's dangerous as hell. Not to say that there is not a dangerous element to Germany at all, but it's definitely very, very, very minuscule compared to the United States, you know? So I get what you're saying. And, you know, the environment out there, right? So there was a older man, retired military veteran that I talked to in the gym one time. This was like 4 or 5 years ago, and what he told me about Germany was absolutely incredible. He's a black man. He raised his family out in Germany. I know you guys are like, well, why is that significant? Trust me, it's significant. Like, the way black people are treated in America versus Germany is entirely different from what I've been told. All of my black friends that have lived in Germany would much rather live in Germany than America. 100%. Like 100% of them, all of them say the same thing. They're like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave is the best description I have of Germany when it comes to, you know, especially people of color that like travel to Germany and stuff like that. Like, I've never heard a single bad thing from anybody that I know personally, or anybody that I've talked to that is a person of color that has gone to Germany and stuff like that. I mean, comparing the culture from America to Germany and stuff, there's a lot more job opportunities. Actually, there's people are just friendlier, and you know, it's a lot more vibey out there, man. Like, people treat you like a person out there and not like a, you know, whatever. But it's crazy. It's very crazy. So I see where she's coming from. For sure. Now, have things gotten better in America? Y'all see what's going on in the news, man. It's not too far off from the truth. Y'all let me know in the comments down below. Now, Germany, like I said, I've heard nothing but good things. But the guy that I was telling you about, he said he wanted to raise his kids in Germany because he had his first child over there. He went to a German school over there, had no problems, absolutely no problems. He said the environment was very friendly, learned a lot. Healthcare system was absolutely phenomenal. Would totally recommend. He always told me, like, hey, if you ever get the chance to go to Germany, do not leave. Stay. Boom. That's it, you know? Crazy stories that I heard from him that were amazing. Absolutely euphoric. And I don't know, for people living in Germany, you guys are like, it's just Germany. Like, what the heck? You don't understand, man. Y'all understand, man. Woo, man.
after school or even walk to school. And if they have to because of circumstances, like I have to go to work, I would just be shaking because I would be in such fear. I have just seen such crazy things happening in New York with missing children and just that whole work.
See, she touched on what I was just talking about. That's a real thing, guys.
And here in Germany, it's not really a thing like that. You see kids, like little kids walking home, and it's just, everyone understands that it's just a safe environment. It's actually normal for kids to walk home alone. That's and cool. They always get to their destinations. So I really do love that about Germany. That's I cannot cool. wait to actually start a family here. The fourth thing why I would not leave Germany is the school system.
Ooh, the school system in America is messed up, man. Listen, tell me why I had an educational lesson on something they should have taught in school from a TV show about Black history. I know people are like, James is getting political. No. Seriously, listen to me. I'm not one to get on stuff like this, but I was genuinely disappointed that a lot of the schools decided to hide a very important part of history from Black history. Like they teach it for like a little bit, like maybe like they have a month dedicated to it, and they cover the same things: Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, and then a few significant events. But there was a massive event that was never talked about. Black Wall Street. I didn't know that was a thing. It got literally shot down and bombed by these aircraft from like the United States. What the fuck? Like, so crazy. I learned about this through a TV show. And I learned more in that TV show than I think I'd learned in my entirety in like, in like a regular school. I feel like I've learned more outside of school than I have in school. And that's a problem because I feel like the education system in America is very, it's very biased depending on where you are. I feel like up north, it's a lot more diverse and stuff, and they kind of push for a broader sense of knowledge, global knowledge. But I feel like the farther south you get in the United States, the more closed off it is, and you can tell. You can tell. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty crazy, and I'm not sure if you guys have had any experiences being exchange students in the U.S. and stuff like that, and seeing how trash our education system is. Y'all got to see it, man. Y'all got to see it to believe it. It's unreal. It is unreal. I had a few friends that I met, and they were German exchange students actually, and they were baffled at how bad our education system was and still is, honestly. Crazy. If you guys have any horror stories, let me know in the comments down below. I mean, it's almost Halloween, so sheesh.
System in Germany is really good, as well as it's free. The aspect of paying for university in New York, you're paying like arm and your leg. That's actually what it costs to go to university. I think it's not right. I personally don't think that you should be paying for an education. I think a lot of things, but the point is in Germany.
Yeah, I think that she brought up a good point. Like not having to pay for education, I feel like should be a thing to some degree, right? At least a basic level of education. Like you should be able to just go to school and learn, because how else are we going to have a productive society? If we have a bunch of uneducated people, how else are we going to have a proper society where people don't feel threatened by other individuals that were not afforded the same opportunities as others just because they just don't know shit. They just don't know shit. They weren't taught anything, so they don't know any better. And all they know how to do is steal, rob, and send people to the nether realm. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a real thing. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but you can let me know in the comments down below. Of course, like obviously there should be like tiers just like they do now. Like if you want to have like some crazy advanced education, pay for that shit. But like in general, on a basic level, I feel like people should be able to go to school and not have to pay. Like, the system that Germany has is pretty solid. Now I know on the flip side, yeah, you have to pay a bunch of taxes, but I'm starting to think that taxes are not as bad as I was making them seem. So there's a lot of videos I got to make to Germany, bro, because I owe y'all an apology.
You don't have to do that. If you're going to university, you can pay absolutely nothing for university, just the school fees, which could potentially be 500 to 600 euros, but I would pay that 600 euros definitely compared to a 30 grand tuition, definitely. Yes. And I think if I have a family and I want to have maybe 3 kids, don't judge me, I want to have a lot of kids.
Damn.
But for example, if I want to have 3 kids and I have to support them through college and pay for their university degree, I would probably go bankrupt, I don't know, or eating rice for dinner, only rice, because I could not afford anything else. It's just so expensive in New York to go to school, and I think I can say this for all of the states. It's expensive for a degree, and here in Germany, that's something that you don't have to worry about. So the 5th thing is just going to be the higher standard of living. Every time a subscriber asks me why I would choose Germany over the US.
Yo, all right, let me tell y'all story time real quick. Higher standard of living. Here's my couple examples. I was in Discord talking to one of the subscribers and stuff like that, and literally like in this dude's fridge, he's showing us like what he had in his fridge and stuff like that. He showed us like ham. He just something as simple as ham, right? This shit looked like it was cut off of a pig, freshly sliced off of a pig. It looked so fresh, I could still see the meat pulsing. It looked delicious. It did not look processed. And that, my friends, said a lot about America. Because yes, I've heard time and time again, most of our stuff is processed. Yes, I see it on a daily basis, but it didn't really hit me until I saw this man pull out ham from his fridge, and the ham looked like God sliced it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, damn, bruh. That's how y'all eating out there? Y'all eating good? Y'all eating good? I want to see what the life expectancy is for an average German versus the average American, because we got to talk about that, man. Diets, all that good crap, like, y'all be eating good out there, bro. Like good, like organically good out there. Out here, bro, we eat garbage cans, plastic, and cardboard, bro. Sheesh.
One of the things that I mentioned is the higher standard of living. Coming from New York, where everything is just so expensive. I mean, it is just ridiculously expensive. Same. I just read this online. Don't quote me on it, but New York City has just been called the most expensive city in the States.
Well, it might be actually. I know Miami is the second most expensive city in all of the U.S. But as far as the states go, yeah, I could see New York being the second most expensive. It can't be Illinois. Chicago is expensive, trust me. But Illinois as a whole state, nah. The rest of Illinois is like a shithole, low key.
Outranking San Francisco. Again,
well, parts of it are pretty good. Joliet, Naperville are decent, but nah, I digress.
Quote me on that. New York is just expensive, and the standard that you get for what you pay for is so little. You get basically nothing for your buck, and it just makes no sense. But here in Germany, you have a higher standard of living, as well as it's affordable. Your whole salary is not gone paying for your rent or your mortgage, and you can still afford to eat.
That's crazy, because I thought the opposite. I'm like, yo, you guys pay so much in taxes, y'all barely have enough for rent, barely have enough for food, y'all probably out there struggling. But no, it's the opposite. We're over here struggling, bro. Like we get, oh man, there's oh my god, I could make an entire video on the problems I have with America that tilt my soul. It makes zero sense, but I'll get into that in another video, because it's I'll let her talk.
And you can still afford to go out to dinner, go out with friends. It's all still very affordable. Things are taken care of here in Germany. For example, the roads. And this is just a funny story, but my dad and little sister did just visit me. They're already back in the States, but the first thing that my dad said to me was that, wow, what kind of like pavement, what kind of gravel thing are they using on the streets, that their streets are so perfect and always perfect? How does it not get destroyed? And he's only saying that because in New York, I mean, like New York, shame on you. The streets, Shame on you.
The streets are filthy out there, bro.
Streets in New York, they're ghetto. I'm not even kidding. The potholes in New York will literally destroy your car. Literally, if you just drive into one pothole, your whole car could be destroyed. Here in Germany, those things are taken care of. So number 6 would be nature. Coming from Long Island, nature really wasn't a thing in my life. I never really looked out the window at the forest. There was no forest around me, or the mountains. There's no mountains around me. I never was really in that scene. And I wouldn't say I'm like super in that scene, but to actually live in nature and be surrounded by, you know, mountains and the Alps and things like that, it really just puts me personally like in a peaceful mindset to be able to wake up and see that, or to be able to just maybe walk 20 minutes and I can just walk into a forest or see horses. It really is something therapeutic for me, which I didn't have in New York. And
yeah, nature in general, man. I noticed that a lot of people, first off, Germany looks beautiful from what I've seen, from all the 4K videos and all that good stuff. Looks beautiful. But also in general, I feel like people have a higher appreciation for the nature out there, percentage wise, you know, which is super cool. A lot of people in America are either indoors, or there's a good portion that are outdoors too. I mean, it just depends on what state you're from and what area you live in. But I feel like there's like I said, a higher percentage of people that appreciate and emphasize being outdoors a lot more in Germany than America. But that's just from what I've observed. I could be wrong, but you guys let me know what you think about that.
And I don't know if I would want to give that up again. You just have to see it and be in it to kind of understand what I mean. So the last point that I want to talk about is traveling. One of the bases of my channel is a travel channel. It's partially a travel channel. And in New York, I mean, it just wasn't working. To travel anywhere, even within the States, it might cost you $1 or $2. But here in Germany, we're like kind of center in Europe, and I find that it's very easy to travel anywhere. It's not that expensive. And since my channel is partially a travel channel, this is something that I, you know, need to do. I need to travel as well as I love to travel. I want to see new places, but I also don't want to empty out my pockets because I don't have it like that. So I don't want to be emptying out my pockets just to go to northern Germany or just to go to the UK. I don't want to do that. And that's the luxury that I have living in Germany, is that I can travel freely, affordably, comfortably, and still have money to spend in the place that I'm going to.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I heard how cheap it is out there to travel in Germany, G. Makes me tear up every time. I'm like, damn, just to get to Germany, bro. Did you know the sheer difference it costs to fly from America to Germany is at least $600 compared to a person flying from Germany to America. Like, y'all could get a round trip from Germany to America for $400 or $500. My cheapest flight would be like $1,300, maybe. Normally like $2,000. Normally it's like $2,000. Crazy, right?
So we've reached the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
That was amazing. Very informative. Love how insightful she was with her reasons for not wanting to leave Germany. Very understandable. The safety thing is probably number one. You're gonna want to stay where you feel safest. Nature is very, oh my God. Ooh. You know, a lot of other interesting points she brought up as well that I didn't really think about too much. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, it makes sense. I mean, honestly, I'm very excited to go travel there myself. You guys know this. It's been a long time coming, so I'm very hype. And you guys let me know what are the things I should do when I get out there, as always, and where I should travel first. My sights are set on Berlin. I love the culture in Berlin. I love the vibe. It seems very eccentric, and I'm all the way about that. So that's pretty much it. Love you guys so much. Take care, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bis später, Leute. Ich liebe euch. Ciao. Well, what a pleasure it is to see all of your beautiful faces at the end of this lovely video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sure you know, as I've mentioned in the past, we do have a Discord that's linked in the description down below, and we would love to have you a part of the world's greatest community ever, Bray Gang. Yes, if you've made it to this point in the video, you're officially a part of the community. So go ahead, join the Discord server. Link is in the description down below. And we also have other social media as well, like Instagram, Twitter. We're live. We go live on Twitch quite often as well. So it would behoove you to, go ahead and subscribe to the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JamesBrayGang. Join the cause and be a part of the greatest, literally the greatest community ever. Okay, it's simple. Just go ahead and do those little things. We're trying to grow on all these little platforms and everything, and it really means a lot. Now, I know you guys stumbled up across the channel and you're like, what does this guy post? Like, what kind of content does he post? Reactions, vlogs, pretty much whatever comes to my mind. All right, it's random content. I don't know what I'm gonna be posting 10 years from now, but I do know that you can stick along for the journey, and it really means a lot. Now, for every single person that subscribes and follows all of the accounts that I have made, and all the links will be in the description down below, that's an automatic entry for any future giveaways I decide to have. I'll remind you when the giveaways take place, but you'll be surprised what I will be giving away because you guys have supported me so much up to this point, and it's only right that I do the same thing back. Thank you guys so much for being amazing, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.